I hope you've enjoyed the first few videos from the Deano story. I'm not going to keep giving you pictures of me in the car. Hopefully, if you've been following the story so far, you'll not need any more introductions from me.
Morning everyone, let's talk about gut wrenchers. And the reason I'm going to talk about gut wrenchers is I've had multiple messages from dads, and as you can see, many dads are in this situation. Gut wrenchers are when you couldn't have done any more, you've got it totally sealed up, it's all there, and no one sees it. It almost feels like you're living in a parallel universe. You know, when things are so obvious and no one sees it. Let me give you an example of 3 gut wrenchers that you should be prepared for. Now, my case is over. I'm telling my story. But this is the reality. Kafkas were involved for the first time in September 2022 after my son's mother involved them. Only after making new applications for fear, control and coercement and domestic abuse, of course, because by that she gets full legal aid. Then she involves Kafkas. This is a killer. I have not heard, seen or spoken to my son since 15th of April 2022. My mum and dad haven't heard or seen or spoken to my son since 15th of April 2022. Every friend or family member he knew hasn't heard from my son since the 15th of April 2022. And the point is this: no human has ever heard from my son since the 15th of April 2022. That is absolute fact. Okay. She has refused to get him a phone and refused the police's to get my son a phone. She's refused that as well. It's all on record. Yet, since Kafkas were involved in September 2022, no one has ever been to where my son has lived for his entire life. My home, his school, his football team. Never. I've had not one human come and visit me, see about his life, talk to the school, nothing. And this is what I mean by a gut wrencher. So the facts are the facts. No human has ever heard from my son again since the 15th of April 2022. Yet, in December 2023, in Kafkas' summing up, this is the gut wrencher. Bearing in mind they've done no investigation. This is their recommendation to the judge. This is the words. During our investigation, we have found no case of parental alienation in this case. Now, if this is not parental alienation doesn't exist. It's as simple as that. So in their investigation that they've never done, they found no parental alienation in this case. So tell me how much more someone can parental alienate a child. She's taken him, removed him from all schools, and now homeschools him, and has cut him off from every human. Kafkas don't notice that as parental alienation. I'll give you another gutter. If you look at one of my chapters, I think it was chapter 2, she was awarded a non-molestation order because I filed something 1 day late. Let's remember that. She got a non-molestation order because I filed something 1 day late. Not because the non-molestation order had any fact in it at all, and I explained in chapter 2. Well, let me tell you this. So just remember that. She got a non-molestation order against an amazing daddy because I filed something 1 day late. So let me tell you this. In July 2023 was meant to be our final court case. As a daddy, when you got a final court case, obviously you're concerned. You have to get witness statements. You have to do pages and pages of work. You have to do it all correctly. You have to write it all down. This takes time, effort, motion, loads and loads of it. And you are then concerned about that filing date. And I did all that work, months and months, getting statements of people. That's not easy. You go and ask people to do statements for you. It's just been your friends. Luckily, I had two very important people, my son's school governor and the person that owned the property. But the point is, we did all that work. I drove to Worcester and I made sure that was filed a day before that filing date. And I made sure they emailed me and made sure. But listen to this. She filed nothing. And I thought, oh, this is weird, because it's now past the filing date. Now, if you bear in mind, I was given that non-molestation order because I filed a day late. I waited. And then, like, 6 days before court, I've heard from nothing. I've heard nothing from her solicitors. Nothing. There's nothing filed. But what people don't understand, you can't just ring the court. You have to ring a call centre that then comes back to you. That takes days. So I'm emailing what's going on. You won't believe what happened. And this is the power. 3 days before that final court date, so I've been waiting for this court date 4 months, remember? I'm prepared for it. All the witnesses are going. They're driving to Worcester. They booked the days off. We've done the statements. We've filed the paperwork. 3 days before that final court hearing, I got an email from the courts. Hi there, just so you know, your son's mother has made an application to court to have the case adjourned. And the reason she's given is, it's your son's last day of school. And she didn't realise the court date fell on your son's last day of school. Even though she's had this court date 16 weeks. And she's put it in 3 days before. What are your feelings regarding that? Well, I've been sitting there 4 months waiting for this date. I've got all my witness statements done, all my paperwork done. I filed it on time. So, of course, I emailed back. This case has to go ahead. I want to see my son. I love my son. This is ridiculous. She's known this date 16 weeks, as I have. And she's given this application 3 days before the court date. Please, please make sure this court date goes ahead. I sent that email. 20 minutes later, I got an email back from the court. Just so you know, her application has been accepted. We'll let you know a new court date. Simple as that. Shocking. And let me tell you another one. The third gut-wrencher, where you think you're living in a parallel universe. My son was born in 2012. He's lived in the same house for 10 years, pretty much. Lived in the same area for 10 years, and he's been at the same private school for 7 years. You couldn't have a more settled child. Totally settled. Captain of the rugby team, captain of the football team, loved by all the teachers, parents loved, school reports through the roof. Totally settled. Plays football Saturday, Sunday for the same football team. Couldn't be a more settled boy. On the 15th of April, he was taken. Since that date, he's been rehomed, reschooled 3 times, and now homeschooled. Now, obviously, this is all on the record, and I make sure I write all that for my court case. Yet, let me tell you something else that Kafkash wrote in their report. There is no doubt that Mr. Dean loves his child. But it's very important that the court should aware that he is now 2 years in Worcester and he's very settled. We wouldn't want to upset that. It's so sick. The gut-wrenching just carries on. These are people recommending on your children that have never even been to see you. I can honestly tell you, in my entire time with Kafkas, they've interviewed me by video for 4 minutes. I'll speak about that in another one. These are the gut wrenchers. And when people say it's broken, ridiculous.
If you like Deano stories and you want more, and you've got stories of your own that you want told, get in contact and we can sort something out.